fuck you saying? What's up, Bird Nation? What's up, Jason Bourne? What's cracking, man? What's crack-a-lacking, man? What's good? We in here. We in the building, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. What's happening, Kim? What's good? What's up, Greg? Same shit. Listening to the MS Mainstream Media. What channel are you listening to? Oh, you sent me a video today? Is it on YouTube? If it was on YouTube, I ain't play it. What's up? Why not? And hit the like button. Oh no, I ain't see. Let me see. I ain't really been doing too much with the YouTube today. Kind of like doing other things and shit. Let me see. Smack filed bitches. This right here, I don't see it. It ain't no video attached. Oh no, you gotta send it again. Hold on, is that it? Is it the Instagram? It's Instagram? You might gotta hold on, it's Instagram. Is this it?
Wants to violate a 15-year-old.
No, I'm asking a question. She's a child.
She bumped into me when
So if she did something wrong, she needs to apologize. If she did something wrong,
this ignorant woman bumped into a 15-year-old.
Correct.
And you're on camera.
Okay.
You're feeling threatened.
Okay, well go in.
No, Mom.
I got this.
You're blocking me from getting on the camera. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. You're ignorant.
Go ahead. No, we will. But you're not going to sit there and violate a 15-year-old.
She's ignorant.
Do it, bitch. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. I want you to talk about this.
She's very ignorant.
Dumbass bitch. Yeah, I said it. You say somebody beat your white ass. Oh, I will. Do something. Please put your
something.
hands.
Do something.
Please.
Who the fuck do you think you guys are?
Who do you think you are?
Who do I think you are?
You called her name. She did nothing to you.
Yeah,
I did it. I did it.
No,
you didn't. You're very racist and ignorant.
You're racist because you're
No, you bumped it. She bumped into her. Why are people racist?
Why would you bump into her?
You cannot just walk around calling people racist. This is not that type of world. White people are racist. No one's racist.
Why would you bump her?
I care about you. I care about you. And I'm sorry if you
Wait, now, you would never about to hit with the damn car. So how did you hit with the car? Oh, okay, I'm gonna go. Call Richard back up here, police. Call Richard back up here now. I got it. Don't you fucking jump behind my car. I ain't jumping on your car. Don't you fucking car. Mom, get the fuck back. Get the fuck back. Back the fuck up.
You got this on video? Yes. Mom, stop walking.
Hello, please. Call police. Can you go back to some police? Call police. You my
Hey, they pulled the gun out on her.
These white people, they're so racist.
They pulled the gun out on my mama, both of them. It was a white lady and a white man.
Yeah, I got it. They pulled the gun out.
Yes. Wants to violate a 15-year-old.
I don't care. Can y'all see this? I don't care. These white people were probably out there protesting. These white people probably have snitched on other white people for old tweets. I do not feel sorry for these people. I do not feel sorry for these people. Oh, this is the one. Oh, you sent me another one. What they do? What they do, Jason? What did they do to me? You talking about messing with messing with my views? Oh yeah, they be messing with a nigga views, man. Trying to keep a nigga views down, man. That's how they keep my views down. Yeah, that's how they keep my views down, man. This is how they keep a nigga views down. Yeah. That's how they keep my views down. I don't feel sorry for these people, though. I ain't tripping off of YouTube, man. I ain't tripping off of YouTube, man. That's how they do, man. They act like it's 8,000 people watching and shit. They act like it's 8,000 people watching and I'm a threat or something. Like I'm a threat to some kind of like to like make people think a certain thing. Well, listen, I do not feel sorry for this woman. I do not feel sorry for this woman. I don't feel sorry for her. Stefan Molyneux's channel got deleted. They deleted Stefan Molyneux's channel. He's been on YouTube for fucking 12 years. I didn't even know his channel got deleted. I just watched one of his videos last week. I just watched one of Stefan Molyneux's channels last week. Oh, they got rid of Atheism is Undefeated too? I just watched one of his channels last week. One of his videos last week. I just watched one of Atheism is Undefeated channels videos last week. What the hell? Stefan and Atheist? Wow. Wow. Gavin Gavin McKinnis got. I thought they just deplatformed. I thought they demonetized his channel. They lumped Stefan Molyneux in with Richard Spencer and David Duke. Wow. Wow. That's bananas. I had no idea. That's bananas. That's banana fana fo fana fee fi fo fana. Damn. That's bananas. Yeah, if Mark Dice shit, if those guys are going, Mark Dice is in trouble. Damn, they got rid of Stefan Molyneux, man. He's like the most reasoned and rational, and dare I say, fair and balanced person on YouTube. He just spits facts, man. He don't even really give a lot of commentary about it. He don't say niggas ain't shit and niggas is suck. He just say, look, this is it, man. He don't even talk about black people all the time. Like, he talk about a lot of stuff, man. Anyway, oh well. Damn. Oh, they got lawyers? Yeah. Nah, Tommy Sotomayor is thriving right now, man. He's thriving right now. He's doing his thing, man. How can YouTube get rid of Tommy Sotomayor when he's black? We in the black people can't do nothing wrong age. We in the black people, everything black people do is right age. How can you fucking get rid of a black YouTuber? If they're gonna do that, they're gonna have to get rid of the PragerU, the Epic Times, because they have Larry Holder on there, Jesse Lee Peterson. Candace Owens is on PragerU. That's the YouTube channel she always has her videos on. You got Brandon Tatum, you got ABL. I don't know about the Big Bang and all that shit, man. All I know is nobody knows nothing about none of this stuff. Only liberal blacks can't do anything wrong. Well, that may be true. What's up, Cyrus? Do they make money from me, Kim? I mean, they make money when you hit the super chat. They get 30% of the super chats. And if I monetize a video, if I try to put ads on the video, they get money from that. If it's ad worthy to them. But 90% of my videos they deem as unsuitable for most advertisers. So most of my videos are unsuitable for most advertisers. So they probably don't make a lot of money off of me. I want to show y'all this video though. Does anybody know where this happened? And I want to tell you right now, before I play this video, everyone hit the like button. Make sure you hit the Cash App. Make sure you hit the PayPal. Support the channel. Because the liberals, they hate it. They hate it. You know? You got to keep this mainstream media, got to keep this black media up and running, man. This real media. I wouldn't even call this black media. I'm just a media for the people, man. I just happen to be black, though. Media for the people. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share these videos. But this woman right here that's on the screen, I do not feel sorry. I do not feel sorry for this woman here. People are starting to get what they deserve. People think that, oh, cops. Remember, how many of y'all remember I told y'all it's not just cops that niggas have problems with? This whole notion that niggas go through the world and they just great to everybody, and then it's just these damn cops. Niggas get along with everybody. They're respectful and cordial and agreeable with everybody. And they try to do the same with cops, but those daggone cops, I'm glad when these liberals I'm glad when liberal whites have interactions like this with niggas. I love it.
Wants to violate a 15-year-old.
No, I'm asking the question. She's a
She
child.
bumped into me when
So if she did something wrong, she needs to apologize. If she did
This
something
ignorant
wrong,
woman bumped into a 15-year-old.
correct?
And
This white woman is pregnant. This white woman is pregnant. And white women don't fight when they pregnant. Sisters fight when they pregnant. Sisters seek out combat when they pregnant. The majority of Beckys do not like to fight when they're pregnant. Okay? The majority of Beckys don't like fighting when they're pregnant.
Okay, you're feeling threatened.
Okay, well go in.
No, Mom.
I got this.
You're blocking me from getting my
girl,
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. You're ignorant.
Go ahead, call it. No, we will. But you're not going to sit there and violate a 15-year-old.
She's ignorant.
Do it, bitch. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. I want you to call the police.
She's very ignorant.
Dumbass bitch. Yeah, I said it. You say something, I'll beat your white ass. Oh, I will. Do something. Please put your
Do something.
hands up.
Do something.
Remember I told you the typical sister is not afraid of a white man? The typical sister is not afraid of a white man. All this that black people are scared of white people, I told you that. I've been telling you that. The typical sister is not afraid of a white man. She thinks she can punk a white man. This video this video shows you everything I ever told you. Every word of advice I ever gave you, this video shows it.
Wants to violate a 15-year-old.
No, I'm asking the question. She's a
She
child.
bumped into me when
So if she did something wrong, she needs to apologize. If she did
This
something
ignorant
wrong,
woman bumped into a 15-year-old.
correct?
And you're on camera.
Okay.
You're feeling threatened.
Okay, well go in.
No, Mom.
I got this.
You're blocking me from getting my
girl,
No, we weren't. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. You're ignorant.
Go ahead, call it. No, we will. But you're not going to sit there and violate a 15-year-old.
She's ignorant.
Do it, bitch. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. I want you to call the police.
She's very ignorant.
Dumbass bitch. Yeah, I said it. You say something, I'll beat your white ass. Oh, I will. Do something. Please put your
Do something.
hands up.
Do something.
Please.
Who the fuck do you think you guys
Who
are?
do you think you are?
You're what think you are?
You called her name, you did nothing to
They think you're the people you embolden them into being. They think they're the people you embolden them to be in. They do this shit to everybody else, and you white liberals are out there protesting and saying they didn't do nothing, and now you're getting some, and no one feels sorry for you. Hit one if you feel sorry for these people, for these white liberals that are getting that if this was someone else, they would be fucking chastising the person who it was happening to. If this was anyone else, they would be chastising them for not bowing down to these sisters.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. No, you didn't. You're very racist and ignorant.
You're racist because you're calling
No,
me
you bumped it. She bumped it too. You're calling white people racist. You cannot just walk around calling white people racist. This is not that type of world. White people are racist. No one's
Why would you bump her?
I care about you. I care about you. And I'm sorry if you.
Why did you say sorry?
If someone wants to.
I care about you, and I'm sorry that this has happened. They think that they don't know. See, this is one thing. They don't know that all that don't work. Okay, all that trying to appease niggas. I'm sorry. That makes them more. Look at once this woman tries to diffuse. Well, the woman was trying to diffuse the whole time. But watch when the woman really starts trying to literally diffuse the situation. Watch how the sisters become more violent and more antagonistic. I told y'all this a long time ago. Trying to appease and diffuse, trying to do what everybody's doing now on the media and on social media and in the public sphere, all this appeasement. It only makes them worse.
You cannot just walk around calling white people racist. This is not that type of world. White people are racist. No one's
Why would you bump her?
I care about you. I care about you. And I'm sorry if you.
Why did you say sorry?
If
you bumped into her, why did you say sorry?
No one is racist.
If you didn't,
I'm sorry if you had something like that. Ignorance. Ignorance. Very. Mom, watch. Get the fuck away from me! Get off the fence!
You better get on my face right now. Get away. Get the fuck away. Get the fuck away. Are you gonna hit me? Gonna shoot me?
Get the fuck away!
Oh!
Get away! Call them!
The woman has a gun. The woman has a gun out, and these motherfuckers still won't leave her alone. The woman has a gun out, and these people still will not leave her alone. They would not let her get in the car. She's with a man. First of all, she's with a man. They would not let her get in her car because allegedly she bumped a 15-year-old. And she didn't say sorry. They wouldn't let her get in the car. She finally gets in the car. Now they're standing behind the car. Then they try to pull her out of the car. So she pulls her gun. A pregnant woman who was trying to avoid this at all costs has now pulled her gun on these niggas. And look at how they act after the gun is pulled. Everyone hit the like button. Real media. Hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App, support the channel. Real media.
Get the fuck away! Call the cops! Get away!
She got the gun on me.
Hold it down.
In the car. Call them. I'm telling. Get the
Call the cops!
Get the license plate. Get the license plate now.
Now they want the cops. Now they want the cops. The racist, evil cops, they want the cops now. Now they want the racist pigs to come up there. Think about that, y'all. Now they want the racist pigs to come up there.
Get the fuck away! Get the fuck away!
Are you gonna hit me? Gonna shoot me?
Get the fuck away!
Oh!
Get away!
Oh!
Call them!
Oh!
Call the cops! Get the fuck away! Call the cops! Get away!
She got the gun on me.
Hold it down.
In the car. Call them. I'm telling. Get the
Call the cops!
Get the license plate.
Get
Get the
Watch how the woman with the gun ends up backing up. Watch how the woman with the gun has to back up.
You were never about to hit with the damn car. So how did you with the car? Oh, you put a gun on the car. Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now. I got it. Don't you fucking jump behind my car. I ain't jumping behind your car. What you fucking car? Mom, get the fuck back! Get the fuck back! Back the fuck up!
You got this on video? Yes. Mom, stop walking!
Hello, please. Call police. Keep police.
If they had done this to some other, if these white people were some Negroes, what would have happened if these white people, if these sisters had done this to some other black people? What would have happened? Same situation. The pregnant white woman is black and her husband's black. Same situation. How would this have gone down? Thank you. It would have been instant. Soon as that gun would have came out, it would have been blazing. Wouldn't have been no backup. Wouldn't have been none of that. Soon as that gun came out, it would have been blazing. They're so racist. I don't feel sorry for these people. I know it sounds heartless and cold. I don't feel sorry. I live in Washington, D.C. We got white people like this in Washington, D.C. They're on Twitter. They're on the. Remember, how many of y'all remember the little group I showed y'all? Let me see if I can find it. The little chat room they got. Yeah, any of y'all remember? Hit one if you remember me doing videos on the DC chat room that they have for DC for white people in DC where they go in there and complain. Where they talk shit about niggas. I done several videos on it. It's a little chat room they have where they go in here and they snitch on niggas all day. They catch niggas doing anything they see, they take a picture of it and put it up here of niggas misbehaving. Guess what they're doing now on that site? Now since this Black Lives Matter shit done took over. Guess what they're doing now on this site? Since Black Lives Matter done took over. Guess how they're talking on this site now that Black Lives Matter is taking over? Because remember, they were talking about more patrols. They needed vice units. The streets were getting crazy. You needed more vice units. They're tired of coming outside, seeing gunshots, seeing bullets on the ground, seeing dead bodies. They wanted the local politicians to do something about all the crime. Guess how they're talking now? Guess how they're talking now on this thing? You can't even recognize these people anymore. You can't even recognize these people anymore. You can't even recognize this channel anymore. You can't even recognize this anymore. Look. Racism fueled act of vandalism. Racism fueled act of vandalism. Chelsea passes on the sad scene earlier today from Luther Place Memorial Church, lamenting this act of vandalism and lifting up the names of and legacies of Dorothy Day and Martin Luther King Jr. this morning. As I walked in this early morning, this vandalism greeted me. So this is supposed to be racism. Some people did this to this church because it's racist. This church ain't nowhere near in the hood. This church ain't nowhere near the fucking hood. This church in a fucking white neighborhood. But now it's racism. They're still reporting crimes though. There was an assault with a deadly weapon on 14th and Shepherd Street with a machete. 2 individuals were in a dispute on 14th and Shepherd when one of the subjects produced a machete and cut the face of the other, then fled on foot. The other male suffered an injury to the face and was taken to the hospital. See, they're still talking about all the crime. They're still reporting all the crime that goes on in their neighborhoods. But they're doing it, they're mixing in some racism. They're mixing in some racism. And nobody's commenting. Look, no one's commenting on these posts. Look at these stories. These stories used to have a bunch of comments. Nobody's commenting. You used to go to the comment section of these posts and it would be like, God damn, these black people, the city, we wouldn't have any murders if you just got rid of the black population. These teens, they aren't raised right. Where are these boys' fathers at? Why is the mayor not doing anything about all this crime? We need more vice units sweeping the streets. We need more police patrols. Now, 0 comments on these. Now here's the only one you're going to see comments on is this one. Look at this one. Council member Charles Allen says, I am recommending a reinvestment of millions of dollars for traditional policing into programs better suited to meet the community's needs. So they want to, the council member in DC wants to take millions of dollars from the police department and reinvest it in programs better suited to meet the community's needs. Oh, but this one has 46 comments. This one has 46 comments. These people are so fake. I wish I could go back and find all I should go back and find all their comments from before May 26th and put them on blast. These people were talking cash shit before May 26th. Now they all woke and shit. Now they all woke. They were talking cash shit before May 26th. Now all of them are woke. Everyone hit the like button. Yeah, they cut the NYPD's plainclothes division, and of course, shootings have gone through the roof. Look at what this guy says. This guy says, I support cutting funds from the MPD if you support bringing back the vice squads. You hear that? Look at this, yo. I support cutting funds from the MPD if you support bringing back the vice squads. These white people love these vice squads because the vice squads go around and sweep these niggas up off the street. The vice squads go around and all the places these niggas hang at and they shoot and they sell drugs at, the vice squad go in there and lock all these niggas up. Now they might let them back out, but they at least sweep these niggas up. And they let these niggas know, these niggas gotta think twice. Vice squad makes these niggas think twice. Okay? They gotta think twice. They can't just run the street. See, without the vice squad, with just the regular police patrols, without the vice squad, these niggas basically run the city. Who knows that? Without the vice squad units and the gang units, these niggas run the city. They basically do whatever they want. The odds of them getting caught when they shoot somebody is very low. The odds of them getting arrested when they kill somebody is very low with just the regular beat cops. Just driving around and shit and answering calls. The tactical gang units. Salute, salute. Appreciate the donation. The tactical gang units are the ones that actually do the dirty work. Because a lot of y'all, a lot of liberals, and a lot of these people online talking about defund the police, they don't live in the hood. They don't understand how many niggas it is. Even though these black women is aborting all these babies now they going off, man, it's a whole bunch of niggas, okay? And they all out here and killing each other. So this one says, I support cutting funds for MPD if you support bringing back the vice squads and give them the tools to actually combat chronic violence and investigate the repeat offenders who commit most of the shootings. And that's very important what this guy said. Repeat offenders who do most of the shootings. That's another thing liberals won't tell you. It's the same guys. It's the same guys. Now it's a lot of them. It's a lot of these guys. Salute, salute. Whoever just don't. Salute, Black Introvert. Thank you for the donation. It's the same guys. Mods, post the PayPal link. It's the same guys. It's a lot of the same guy, repeat offenders. Catch and release. They lock the nigga up for the weekend and let him go. They lock him up for a couple months, they let him go. And when he gets out, he just continues doing the same predatory behavior because he's a predator. He's a shooter. He's a killer. That's his personality. That's his identity. They identify themselves as goons, goblins, demons. This is what they call demons, goons, fuck thugs. Fuck a thug. These niggas is past thug. When you hear a white person get on TV and chastise somebody for using the word thug and calling them a racist, these niggas is past thug. These niggas call themselves demons, goons, goblins, shooters. They don't refer to themselves as thugs anymore. Okay? So this guy says, right now we have a ton of police out there hanging out, but they're not even allowed to investigate or proactively police the nuisance properties where so much of the repeated gun violence occurs. We can have smarter, more effective policing against violent crime and do it with less money. MPD just needs to police the places and let them do the work. So this person says, so you are agreeing with cutting police funding, a topic that is the result of a larger discussion about policing in black and brown communities. As long as those same police are given back the authority to harass black and brown individuals. Okay, so here goes the thing. The vice squads that this guy was talking about, this white, he probably a white Latino, Ricardo Palozzo, whatever his name is. The Vice Squad that he's talking about, those Vice Squads go to the and they fight against the drug dealers and the shooters. They go lock up the drug dealers and the shooters. They go hit the spots where they're hanging out at. They go hit the spots where they're selling drugs at. They go hit the spots where they're shooting at. And they lock the niggas up. Being called harassing black and brown people. Doing that is called harassing black and brown people. I want you to know that. A lot of this stuff about police brutality is the fact that the people in these cities who are doing the shootings and doing the open air drug and hitting little kids with stray bullets and all this shit are black people. Okay? So when you have a unit that goes after that, attacking the black community, they're attacking the criminals. But the criminals are all black. Okay? Who pushed the old lady down in New York had been arrested 100 times. 111 times. Yeah. Proactive policing sounds great when you have zero fear of ever being targeted by the proactiveness. So this guy comes back and says, so you support unfettered gun violence that primarily kills black and brown lives. It doesn't sound like you know what proactive hotspot policing means. Most gun violence is committed by a very small number of individuals, many of whom are repeat offenders of violent crimes and weapons charges. This guy's killing this guy. This guy's spitting all facts. Most gun violence is committed by a very small number of individuals, many of whom are repeat offenders of violent crimes and weapons charges. That's a fact. This whole thing, like every black person is in danger getting hit by the Vice Squad. This whole bullshit, like if they send out a Vice Squad, they gonna fucking knock over some black lawyer and arrest him. That's bullshit. They know where these niggas are at, hang at. Can anybody tell me why they know where these niggas hang at and why they know where these niggas are? And what these niggas have done? Can anybody tell me that? Can anybody, I want to see what I'm dealing with. Can anybody tell me why the police know where these niggas hang out at, what they've done, with their little spots where they go and all that shit? These niggas hang out in the same place every day. Okay, it's just like the fucking Sopranos. How many of y'all used to watch the Sopranos? And they would hang out at that same fucking deli every day. They would hang out at that same fucking restaurant every fucking day. They was either at that restaurant or they was at the fucking deli. These guys are not fucking hiding. It's just the fact that the places they're at, no one wants to go because it's so violent. So it seems like they're hiding. Yeah, the social club. They were there every day. The Sopranos were there every day. Whenever the feds wanted to talk to them, they went up to the social club and went and talked to them. Okay? Most gun violence repeatedly occurs around the same handful of blocks in the city. Take, for instance, Columbia Road and 14th Street or Newton Place, where dozens of shootings have occurred in these same victim vicinities over the last couple of years. Instead of police harassing people and focusing on misdemeanors, smart police and investigatory policing would identify the individuals trafficking guns and involved in the shootings and nuisance properties where the shootings repeatedly occur. And here comes the woke guy. Here's the woke guy. The woke guy back at it. Yes, because there are actually people who say, give me more guns and give me more gun violence. We want both streets to be safer. We just disagree with how that can be achieved. These motherfuckers don't care about black lives. These motherfuckers don't care about black lives. The guy just told you, majority of the shootings are done by a small group of niggas that are repeat offenders and repeat going back and forth to jail for weapons and violence charges. They get out and they do it again. They get out, they do it again. They get out, they do it again. And this motherfucker doesn't. This motherfucker comes back and says we both want streets to be safer. We just disagree with how that's achieved. I don't think having police in plain clothes harassing people who they deem look suspicious. They not harassing people who they deem look suspicious. They know who these motherfuckers are. That's bullshit. That the police are going around harassing people that they deem look suspicious. That's stupid. The police are going around and harassing the fucking guys who they've already locked up last week. And the guy who they locked up last month, who's out now. He lives in a democratically run city. The police know who's doing all the crime. The vice units, the tactical units, the gang unit. The gang unit knows every fucking tattoo these guys have. How many of y'all know that? Here, one of you know that. The knows every tattoo these guys have on their body. They know all these guys' tattoos. The gang unit literally knows every tattoo this nigga has. They've locked him up over and over again. They've taken pictures of all his tattoos. They know all his fucking nicknames. The nigga might have 100 aliases. They know all of his aliases. And this motherfucker try to act like they just run around. There go a black kid right there. Let's go fuck with him. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're not going around fucking with you. Now, if you fucking go in these fucking neighborhoods and shit, and you hang out with these niggas, and you're a good kid, and you about to go to college, but you want to go hang out with some killers and shit on the block, but you a good kid, and you about to start college next week, well then damn, you might up in the sweep. You're about to go into college ass might get caught up in the sweep. He said, and putting people in jail for non-violent petty offenses. Having grown up as a black man in this city, I understand exactly how easy it is for many to head down the wrong path. I would like to see more opportunities for our at-risk youth to turn their lives around. Then those who are a lost cause can be easily determined. Give me a city, man. Let's go see what the fuck is really going on. Let's go see what the fuck is really going on. I think I got a video. Let me see your video, man. Let me see your videos, man. Let me see your emails. Let me see your emails, man. Let me see email. Oh, this is the police officer. We do Miami, man. I'm gonna start off in Miami. I don't want to play no YouTube video. Let's start off in Miami, man. Start off in Miami, man. Yeah, man. Miami, man. Hit that like button, man. They trying to keep the views down, man. They trying to keep the views down, man. They trying to keep the stations, keep the channel small. Hit that like button. What's up, everybody? Mine's post the link. So this woman, I don't know why sisters gotta be so fucking like rough with men. Like, regardless of him being a police officer, he's a man. Why are you all up in his face like that? Why you always up in his? Why sisters always up in some man face? That shit is fucking crazy.
Oh goodness, fight or flight taking on new meaning at Miami International Airport when an officer is fired for hitting a woman. Simmons Maricela Burgos is live at Miami International Airport where this whole thing happened. Maricela?
Smash.
As you know, this unfolded inside of the airport. You have a situation here where you have an officer with more than 30 years of experience who is now relieved of...
This officer had been on the force for 30 years until he ran into this black woman. Just let that sink in. He been serving his community for 30 years until he ran into this sister. But of course, it's all his fault.
As you know, this unfolded inside of the airport. You have a situation here where you have an officer with more than 30 years of experience who is now relieved of duty and a woman charged. A woman and a Miami-Dade police officer square off inside Miami International Airport.
She said, you acting like you white when you really black. Don't walk up on me. What the fuck? The fuck this bitch talking about? Look at the way look at this shit. Listen, men from other cultures ain't used to that. I'm used to this as a brother. As a brother, I'm used to women getting up in your face. Look how look at her stance. She ready to swing. As a brother, I'm used to this. I don't think I think this is their problem when they go to the Asian nail shops or when they go to the beauty supply stores. Cause those men, those Asian men, and those guys in those beauty supply stores, and then when they go to the 7-Elevens and the corner stores, those Arabs and those Ethiopians, they not used to this. The men from white men from other cultures, any man that's not ADOS, any man that's not an ADOS African American man is not used to this. Look at that stance and that posture. Even if you're arguing with a woman like a Karen, even if you're arguing with a Karen, she not gonna be up in your grill like with her fist balled up with her shoulders, you know what I'm saying, and her hands, and she not gonna give you a Karen ain't gonna give you this. A Karen's going to call the police or threaten to sue you or talk shit to you. all this getting up in your face and all that shit, men from other cultures aren't used to that.
Of duty and a woman charged. A woman and a Miami-Dade police officer square off inside Miami International Airport. That slap has the officer, Anthony Rodriguez, under investigation. The woman has been identified as 21-year-old.
Yeah, a white Cuban man. Anthony Rodriguez is a white Cuban man. He's not Latino. He's Latino, but his race, his ethnicity is white. Okay? You gotta stop this bullshit like he a person of color. He's a white man. He's not used to motherfucking woman up in his face with that type of posture. He's argued with women. He's used to Karens. We all familiar with Karens and the white women that talk shit and all that stuff. He not used to a woman jumping up in his shit, squaring up like she trying to box. He not used to that. His instinct just came out and he slapped her.
Who is now relieved of duty and a woman charged. A woman and a Miami-Dade police officer square off inside Miami International Airport. That slap.
She telling him not to walk up on her while she's walking up on him. She telling him not to walk up on her while she walking up on him.
Charged. A woman and a Miami-Dade police officer square off inside Miami International Airport. That slap has the officer, Anthony Rodriguez, under investigation. The woman has been identified as 21-year-old Paris Anderson. She's charged with battery on a police officer and disorderly conduct. Authorities say there's a lot you also don't see on this video clip. Authorities say the confrontation started earlier. Officers had been called to the American Airlines rebooking desk on Tuesday.
Officers will call again. This whole notion that there's a black person, let's go fuck with them. Officers were called. I'm tired of this notion that black people know is bullshit and they keep presenting to the public that cops are running around looking for black people. If that was the fucking case, it ain't hard to find a black person. Why did they pick you?
Authorities say there's a lot you also don't see on this video clip. Authorities say the confrontation started earlier. Officers had been called to the American Airlines rebooking desk on Tuesday night, stating Anderson was yelling and cursing at employees. According to them, she was too late to catch her flight to Chicago, so she should catch one the next day.
Surprise, she was going to Chicago. Surprise. I'm shocked. So this is what the women are like in Chicago.
Police officer and disorderly conduct. Authorities say there's a lot you also don't see on this video clip. Authorities say the confrontation started earlier. Officers had been called to the American Airlines rebooking desk on Tuesday night, stating Anderson was yelling and cursing at employees. According to them, she was too late to catch her flight to Chicago, so she should catch one the next day. They accuse her of walking behind the counter, threatening employees, and then was told she would get her money back, but wasn't welcome to fly on American Airlines. Arresting documents state Rodriguez told her she needed to get her bags, but it got worse. According to authorities, the 21-year-old, quote, aggressively approached this officer, violating this officer's personal space, bumped this officer with her body, and struck this officer with her head on the chin. Then, the slap happened. According to officers, it didn't stop.
Look at all she did. Look at all it took for her to get slapped. She missed her flight. She yelled at the employees. She went behind the counter. She threatened the employees. She cursed them out behind the counter. They gave her money back. They told her she wasn't welcome to fly on the case anymore. A police officer shows up. He asks her to get her bags. She gets up in the police officer's face and headbutts him in the chin, and then she gets slapped. But of course the narrative is a black woman was just why does this keep happening? It's too, you would think that this wouldn't be happening in 2020. I can't believe we're still dealing with this. I can't believe we're still dealing with this in 2020.
The 21-year-old, quote, aggressively approached this officer, violating this officer's personal space, bumped this officer with her body, and struck this officer with her head on the chin. Then, the slap happened. According to officers, it didn't stop there when she was in custody. Quote, once in the back seat of the patrol car, Miss Anderson began to spit all over the protective shield and the back seat.
Does this sound like somebody, one or two? One for yes, two for no. Does this sound like someone who was afraid of the police? One or two? One for yes, two for no. Does this sound like someone who is afraid of the police, who thinks that if the police come, they are going to die?
Authorities say the confrontation started earlier. Officers had been called to the American Airlines rebooking desk on Tuesday night, stating Anderson was yelling and cursing at employees. According to them, she was too late to catch her flight to Chicago, so she should catch one the next day. They accuse her of walking behind the counter, threatening employees, and then was told she would get her money back, but wasn't welcome to fly on American Airlines. Arresting documents state Rodriguez told her she needed to get her bags, but it got worse. According to authorities, the 21-year-old, quote, aggressively approached this officer, violating this officer's personal space, bumped this officer with her body, and struck this officer with her head on the chin. Then, the slap happened. According to officers, it didn't stop there when she was in custody. Quote, once in the back seat of the patrol car, Miss Anderson began to spit all over the protective shield and the back seat. This incident is under investigation.
It was obviously an excessive use of force. That officer has been suspended. The director now is taking, there are certain procedures that he must follow, and we expect further action later today.
The state attorney is now involved too. She says, quote, like so many in our community, I am angered when I see abusive or improper conduct by a police officer. I have spoken to MDPD Director Ramirez about this incident and have my public corruption prosecutors gathering the body camera evidence and witness victim testimony at this very moment. Again, that officer has been relieved of his duty, and we do know that Anderson bonded out of jail. Live at Miami International Airport, Maricela Burgos, 7 News.
And don't be surprised if some of those people working at the airline get fired too. Okay? When these sisters and when these black people come into your sphere, they bring nothing but destruction. Do not be surprised if some of those people who work at the airline, at the counter, get fired too. Do not be surprised if everybody who was working that day that came into contact with her loses their job. Yeah, she was a good person. She a good person, and that shows you like the low bar. The bar is low. She didn't do nothing. She a good person. She didn't even do nothing. That's the first thing you gotta understand. She didn't even do nothing.
Now at 6, a plane passenger accused of flying off the handle, leading to a sudden slap from a police officer. Tonight, he's off the force.
Good evening. Officials say the woman stopped from boarding, first took out her frustrations on airport workers.
That led to a cop confrontation during which an officer is accused of crossing the line. So Ms. Maricela Burgos is live at Miami International Airport. She has our top story here at 6. Maricela.
All of this unfolded inside of the airport, and what we do know is that some people defend the officer's actions, but he has been fired, and now this woman has been charged. A 21-year-old woman and a Miami-Dade police officer went toe-to-toe inside Miami International Airport Tuesday night. Before the slap, you see Paris Anderson go up to Officer Anthony Rodriguez. Anderson is charged with battery on a police officer and disorderly conduct. Officer Rodriguez now needs a new job because the Miami-Dade police director canned him after they investigated his actions. He wrote in part, quote, "The administrative process to proceed with termination has been initiated. The MDPD holds itself accountable for its actions, and this is just another example of our commitment to do just that." But the president of the Miami-Dade Police Benevolent Association believes the officer should keep his job because his training kicked in.
Who touches who first? She walks into him and then presses her face into his face. The officer reacts. He does a distractive strike, puts her in handcuffs, and takes her to jail.
Before what you see play out on the video clip, officers had been called to the American Airlines rebooking desk. They say Anderson was yelling and cursing at employees after she was told she was too late to catch her flight to Chicago and needed to take another flight the next day. They accused her of walking behind the counter, threatening employees, and then they told her she'd get her...
Niggas gonna burn down the airport. That's nigga logic for you. Nigga logic is to burn down the airport or to boycott American Airlines. One of the two. Niggas either gonna burn down the airport or boycott American Airlines. That's how fucking retarded dumb niggas is.
...money back and wasn't welcome to fly with them. Arresting documents state Rodriguez told her she needed to get her bags, but it got worse. According to authorities, the 21-year-old, quote, aggressively approached this officer, violating this officer's personal space, bumped this officer with her body, and struck this officer with her head on the chin. Then the slap happened. According to officers, it did not stop there when she was in custody. Quote, once in the back seat of the patrol car, Miss Anderson began to spit all over the protective shield and the back seat. The Miami-Dade Police Benevolent Association...
This is a woman. This is a chick. She spit all over the back seat of the... Because they have a glass there now. They used to have like a chain link, like a little barrier. Now they got it's all glass. She spit all over that thing. Think about that. Just keep spitting and spitting and spitting.
Association president says It's Anderson's actions that truly need to be looked at closer.
And we've only seen the video that's been released out on social media where the lady's clearly the aggressor. She leans into him. She's in his face wearing no mask.
As far as Anderson goes, we know that she has...
How many would y'all be? What would happen if this young lady right here, Marisol, whatever her name is, what's her name?
Bonded out of jail. Live at Miami.
If Marisol, what would happen if Marisol and Paris Anderson cross paths in a negative situation? What would happen if Marisol here got on the wrong side of Paris Anderson? Miss Paris Anderson. How would that go? What would happen there? But yet, if that were to happen, we supposed to feel sorry for Marisol. I'm not feeling sorry for you. You caping for this caping for this woman. I don't feel sorry when liberals meet these motherfuckers, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them. Yeah, Marisol would be trying to reason. Marisol would be like, wait, I didn't, but if you just look at it like this, if you look at it reasonably, you're actually the one who was wrong. I didn't, man, Paris ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Paris don't want to hear.
Some people say dress your age.
Paris don't want to hear none of that shit. But wait, if you just look at it like this, clearly no, none of that shit gonna work.
Ridiculous. Age is just an illusion. How you show up for the world, that's what's real. What's your idea? I put it out there with the GoDaddy website.
I care about you. Right. I care about you. Now, of course, this is a peaceful protest. I want y'all to understand, this is a peaceful protest. Now that guy just walked up and threw something at the cops. That guy just walked up and threw something at the cops. This white guy right here. This is what their peaceful protests be looking like. I'm telling you. When Jake Tapper and Brooke Baldwin and Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon and Cuomo are on TV talking about, they were just peacefully protesting. This is what they're talking about. Real news. The Nightly News with Ock Nation News. You can choose the only interactive news program on YouTube. Support the channel via PayPal, via the Cash App. Guess which race of woman thinks it's good to bring their kids out here? Can anybody tell me which race of women be bringing their kids? And I'm talking about kids, Keeds, their kids out to this type of shit. Peaceful protest. That's your peaceful protest. So guess what they're bitching about? Guess what they're bitching about?
Finding local pros takes forever.
Now this goes on for hours and hours, right? The police are down there for hours and hours dealing with this shit. The police are down there all day dealing with this shit. Look at how the paper. Look at what the Miami Herald says. Beat it, little fucker. Officers laugh after shooting rubber bullets at protesters. Out of all that, this is the headline. Out of all of that, this is the headline. Just let that sink in. Out of all of that, and that scene goes on for hours and hours. I've been at these things. It's hours and hours. It's all day. Just that type of shit just going on all day. Here's the headline. Beat it, little fuckers. Officers laugh after shooting rubber bullets at protesters. That's the fucking headline. That's why you have to share these videos. That's why you have to like these videos. That's why you have to put other people onto this channel. Because the mainstream media is full of shit. That's why you have to subscribe to all my channels. That's why you have to subscribe to all my channels. That's why I have so many channels, because When you talk this type of shit, you have to have a lot of channel. This is the fucking headline. The officers were laughing after shooting bullets at the protesters. Shit is sick, man. It's sick. Fort Lauderdale police officers laughed and celebrated after shooting protesters with rubber bullets at a May 31st George Floyd rally in Fort Lauderdale. Newly released body cam footage shows. Beat it, little fucker, Detective Zachary Barrow, leader of the Fort Lauderdale SWAT team unit, can be heard saying after officers shot less lethal projectiles at protesters, the protester was walking away after tossing a tear gas canister back at the line of police. A few minutes later, another officer, Jamie Chapman, came up to Barrow behind the police line and asked if his body camera was off. Barrow replied incorrectly that his camera was in standby mode and not recording. The two officers then began laughing and joking about the people they had shot with rubber bullets. "Did you see me fuck up those motherfuckers?" one of them said. "I got one motherfucker," the officer replied amid laughter. George Kirkman, a former police officer and professor emeritus at Florida State, condemned the behavior captured on the footage. "This is serious misconduct. This is people with badges acting like thugs," Kirkman said. "It's like a cancer. If you let it go, it will spread." As for comment, a spokesperson for the Fort Lauderdale police said the department would have to review the footage. After publication online, Fort Lauderdale police chief said in a statement, "Your story shows less than 3 minutes of an 8-minute, 43-second long video. The entire video clearly demonstrates our officers were under attack by a group of people who chose to use violence instead of peace to antagonize the situation. Although the language is extreme and offensive to some, our officers were dealing with chaos of a developing situation. I'm glad that police chief didn't throw his officers under the bus." Salute to that police chief, man, for not throwing, because usually nowadays they just, no matter what happens, they just throw their officers under the bus like, fuck it, he shouldn't have did it. He was wrong. Maglione did not respond to questions about whether Barrow and Chapman had been placed under internal investigation and removed from duty. Oh my God. They want these officers. They want these officers in. I hope these officers don't think this shit is over with. I hope these officers don't think this shit is over with. Just because their chief stood up for them, this shit ain't over with. They gonna keep coming. Black Lives Matter and then Antifa gonna keep coming at their ass. They have a curfew in Miami. A curfew for COVID. It's so much going on right now. You got the fake police brutality movement. You got the fake COVID. Everything going on right now is bullshit. COVID is bullshit. Police brutality is bullshit. Everything going on right now is bullshit. It's just all bullshit.
Since the early days of the pandemic, Miami-Dade County Public Schools started a program called Family Meals on the Go. So far, they've distributed more than 72,000 meals to local families. Fodoriano was at Rainbow Park today and captured the 100th day of food distribution.
I can't believe it. Thank you. How in the world do I deserve that? But I accept it. Because if there's anything that I can identify with, is me kneeling to a child.
A black child. A black child. Y'all like this image that y'all can't feed y'all kids, man. I don't know why that image is something that I don't know, man. Look at me feeding this black child. Don't worry, they'll come after you too. They'll come after that guy. That guy will be a racist. Next week, that guy will be a racist for some shit he did 10 years ago. They'll go dig up that guy, some shit that guy did 10 years ago, and call him a racist for it. And I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to...
Tonight with a record rise in coronavirus cases in Florida.
More than 10,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. Let's go back to local test.
Smash. Smiggity.
Christina Vasquez.
Rise in coronavirus cases in Florida.
More than 10,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. Let's go back to local test. Christina Vasquez live with our top story. Christina.
County leaders are activating a growing arsenal of strategies in order to stop the spread to save lives and livelihoods.
Well, if you look at every metric, we're going in the wrong direction.
Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gilbert talks about the new strategies being employed to clamp down on cases. There's the 12:30 a.m. citywide curfew, the 8 p.m. hard stop of liquor store sales, a county-wide expanded in-public mask mandate, and beach closures for the 4th of July weekend that start tomorrow.
I mean, what's more American than sacrificing for a family member, a friend, or a stranger?
Wearing a mask is actually a symbol of respect.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Jimenez continues his focus on curbing community spread in county hotspots like Miami's Liberty City neighborhood, where a Circle of Brotherhood member Sinclair Manley spent the day with a county surge team, handing out supplies like face masks.
Make everybody aware of the seriousness of the issue.
New stop the spread strategies also include...
But if there was a protest, they don't mind protesting, throwing shit at police officers and protesting. They don't mind that shit. That's fine. Just don't take your kids to McDonald's and don't go to the liquor store. But you can go protest with a bunch of motherfucking degenerates and transients and fucking misfits that you never met in your life before. That's perfectly fine. But don't be out after fucking 12 o'clock. Shit is bullshit.
testing sites.
We have also extended our hand to the state to help in any way possible with contact tracing.
Community leaders say new normal rules compliance at this critical time will be the difference between being able to move forward or being forced to toggle back.
If we come upon that hard stop,
I can't believe they're doing a curfew. And that means that curfew's coming everywhere. That curfew is this is just the start. A curfew to stop the spread of COVID after just a month of encouraging protesters. Give me another city, man. Nightly News with Arc Nation News. You can choose the only interactive news program on YouTube. You can support the channel, support the truth via PayPal or via the Cash App. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to your emails a little later. It's gonna be a curfew. Curfew's coming to you, man. curfew's coming to you soon. Curfew's coming to you soon. A curfew. Protesting, riding, fine. Taking your kids to the park, bad. Oakland is a fucking cesspool down, man. I would never send my kid to an Oakland school right now. If a mass shooter would have come into an Oakland school right now, he could kill 1,000. He could kill every. A mass shooter could kill every single student and every faculty member in the Oakland school right now. That's how. That's that. Now that they've gotten the police, get rid of the police. They don't want no police in the schools. They're closing the fucking zoo. Oh my God. They're closing the fucking zoo.
Deals on America's best-selling brand. And that's why right now, we're offering 0% financing for 72 months on our
City
lineup. This is something you won't want to miss. From the unbeatable Explorer.
You gotta remind me of that later, Caleb.
Find out why our vehicles rank #1 in brand loyalty year after.
You gotta remind me of that later, Caleb. When I go
Financing for 72 months on our full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Get yours today.
It is quite busy during the summer months, but now, after being closed since the coronavirus pandemic began, the Oakland Zoo is at risk of closing for good. The zoo says if it's not given the okay to reopen sometime this month, it won't be able to survive. KRON 4's Noel Bello talked with the zoo today. Noel, this is obviously very upsetting. I just looked it up. The Oakland Zoo has been around since 1922.
Yeah, it's a long-time staple, Ken. The Oakland Zoo is neighborly, it's really unique, but unfortunately, this pandemic has hit them pretty hard. The zoo already laid off all part-time workers back in March, and today another 10% of the workforce was cut, while other employees are dealing with significant pay cuts. The zoo is now hoping the governor will give them the okay to reopen with new safety measures in place.
When you run out of money, you run out of money.
Drastic budget cuts and millions in revenue losses have left the Oakland Zoo without much to work with. President and CEO Dr. Joel Parrott says as of July 1st, the zoo is down to its last $3 million in emergency reserve funding.
What we're asking for is for the governor to authorize the zoo to open because we're an outdoor facility.
The Oakland Zoo is currently classified as a Stage 3 business, but Parrott says they're working with the mayor, hoping she can make contact with the governor to get them approval as an outdoor museum instead. That would allow it to reopen and hopefully generate some revenue this summer.
And if we can provide the social distancing, the mask, we can provide a healthy outdoor environment for our guests, because we do want to make sure if anybody comes to the Oakland Zoo, they do not get sick.
The zoo did create a virtual program to connect with the community during the pandemic, but Parrott says it isn't enough.
That was extremely well received. It didn't make us a lot of money, but it certainly provided a great service to everybody who was in lockdown. Going forward, we will not be able to achieve it by philanthropy alone. We've been able to raise about $400,000 since all this started, but our operating expenses are $1 million per month,
leaving them with just about 3 months to survive.
Now, the zoo is currently operated by a non-profit organization. If it does run out of funds, those operations would be taken over by the Oakland Parks Department. But as you can see from this report, that would be pretty costly for the city to take on. Live in the newsroom, I'm Noelle Bello. Back to you.
Shit is fucking ridiculous, man. This shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous, man. Shit is fucking ridiculous, man. What's wrong with these people? Wrong with these niggas, man? This is the biggest scam I've ever seen perpetrated. Like this is next level scamming. Next level scamming. The government. This makes all those conspiracy theorists look fucking sane. All the conspiracy theorists don't look like quacks no more. Cause this is bullshit.
Breaking news in East Oakland, where the CHP is investigating a shooting. This is a live look from Sky 7 over the scene along Interstate 580 at 106th Avenue. The victims were in that black sedan we're zooming in on. Just minutes ago, ABC 7 News spoke by phone with a woman who says two victims of the shooting who were bleeding and running from the freeway ran up to her van and begged for help.
It really took me back to when George Floyd said, "I can't breathe." Listen to that and hear this young man tell me back.
What? What?
When you spoke by phone with a woman who says two victims of the shooting who were bleeding and running from the freeway ran up to her van and begged for help.
It really took me back to when George Floyd said, "I can't breathe." Listen to that and hear this young man tell me back, "I'm bleeding out, I'm bleeding out." Something in it just wouldn't allow me to shut down or anything. I knew that these young men needed help.
She turned some black on black crime into some white shit. I know white people, you gotta be tired of this shit. They throw you in the middle of everything. A bunch of niggas got slaughtered by a bunch of other niggas, and it made her think about George Floyd. If I was white, I would be tired of being thrown in the middle of this shit.
Breaking news in East Oakland, where the CHP is investigating a shooting. This is a live look from Sky 7 over the scene along Interstate 580 at 106th Avenue. The victims were in that black sedan we're zooming in on. Just minutes ago, ABC 7 News spoke by phone with a woman who says two victims of the shooting who were bleeding and running from the freeway ran up to her van and begged for help.
It really took me back to when George Floyd said, "I can't breathe." Listen to that and hear this young man tell me back, "I'm bleeding out, I'm bleeding out." Something in it just wouldn't allow me to shut down or anything. I knew that these young men needed help.
And that Good Samaritan says she used towels to try to stop the bleeding of one of the victims. She says the two victims told her another man and a woman in the car with them were also shot. 580 is shut down in the eastbound direction. Cars are being diverted off the freeway at Gulf Links Road. You can see the resulting traffic backup. We will continue to update this story.
Well, at least we found a Negro. I think that was a sister. I think that was a black woman, the way she talked. At least we found a black person that knows about putting pressure on wounds. At least we found one.
On ABC7News.com and on the ABC 7 News app as well.
Let's see what this is. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Biggie Smalls is the illest. It's unbelievable the shit they sell us. It's unbelievable.
Happened on Interstate 580 in Oakland. The car was heading eastbound and approaching 106th Avenue. Live coverage from KTVU's Amber Lee. She spoke. Amber.
Julie, drivers tell me these are difficult times already dealing with the pandemic, so they cannot understand why they're really.
Hold on, man. What the fuck? This channel sucks. God, the fuck just happened? Yeah, this shit is evil. This doctrine is evil. This is an evil doctrine. It's an evil spirit over there. She sees some black people shot up, and it made her think about George Floyd. And she sound like she about 79 years old. Try to act like the only... We're traumatized by George Floyd. Shut the fuck up. You niggas see death all the time. You niggas see death all the time.
580 in Oakland. The car was heading eastbound and approaching 106th Avenue. Live coverage from KTVU's Amber Lee. She spoke. Amber.
Julie, drivers tell me these are difficult times already dealing with the pandemic, so
Pass. Well, it ain't that it'll only be applied to whites. It's that whites will only observe it. Niggas ain't going to observe the curfew. And if you lock them up, you racist. So the cops ain't even going to... The cops can't enforce the curfew in black neighborhoods because they're going to be called racist. They can come in white neighborhoods.
Deliberately hurting others. The California Highway Patrol says around 3:30 Wednesday afternoon, a black Infiniti sedan was shot at while on Interstate 580 eastbound near the 106th Avenue exit in Oakland. 4 people inside the car suffered injuries. All 4 were taken to the hospital.
Well, I'm pretty shocked. You know? Was not anything. I always thought maybe that was a wreck or something. I'm kind of disappointed that something like this is still going on at a time like this, you know? We're going through a whole pandemic right now.
It's scary. But the thing that we're going through, why are we still hurting each other? You know, it's just wild.
The incident led the CHP to close all lanes of traffic eastbound as they investigated the shooting. The 580 shutdown caused gridlock on nearby city streets, such as Gulf Links Road, as motorists tried to take alternate routes.
It's been crazy. No matter where you go, it's completely blocked. No one's moving.
We've been stopped on the freeway for 3 hours. Then we finally got off and went around the back way and got off the exit. It came down the streets and we've been stuck.
Many drivers caught in the backup tell me they are essential workers trying to do their jobs, but instead forced to sit in traffic. One man says he and his coworker are trying to transport medical patients.
We was picking up patients and dropping off at dialysis, but we got stuck in traffic now.
How long you been sitting in traffic?
For like an hour and a half now.
The CHP says 2 of the victims suffered major injuries and 2 minor injuries. All are in stable condition. I'm told there are 3 men and 1 woman, ages 18 to early 20s. Around 6:15, we saw traffic start moving again in the 2 left lanes. Motorists tell me the shooting is upsetting.
It's crazy what we're living in right now. The situation that we're in is just nuts.
People should be, sheltering in place and staying safe, and still something like this happens.
The Highway Patrol says it does not have suspect or getaway vehicle description. They're asking for the public's help. Julie?
Amber Lee reporting live tonight. Amber, thank you.
No suspects. No one in custody. Oh shit. Yeah, I have Twitter. Alpha Coyote. I need my Twitter handle to make it the same as my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do that. But right now it's Alpha Coyote. I'm about to go to Twitter in a minute. I'm gonna go to Twitter after this.
Police in Oakland tonight are searching for suspects and answers in a string of alleged weekend hate crimes.
Yeah, from Saturday morning to Sunday night, police say a total of 3 hate crimes were reported, bringing the number of hate crimes in that city in recent weeks to 5. Our Jonathan McCall is joining us now in the Cron 4 studio. He talked to one of the victims and has more on this story. Jonathan.
Vicki, Grant, think about that. 5 of those cases happening all in the month of June alone. Talicia Senegal's home has been in her family since the 70s. She says she is a supporter of Black Lives, but didn't have anything visible at her home that would make her an obvious target for a hate crime investigation. Tonight, she's not alone. Talicia Senegal wants to know exactly who would want to tag her home with messages that Oakland police are now investigating as a hate crime.
All lives do matter, but, you know, when you deface someone's home, the message that you're trying to say.
Who thinks this is bullshit? Here, one if you think this is real, 2 if you think this is bullshit.
From Saturday morning to Sunday night, police say a total of 3 hate crimes were reported, bringing the number of hate crimes in that city in recent weeks to 5. Our Jonathan McCall is joining us now in the Cron 4 studio. He talked to one of the victims and has more on this story. Jonathan.
Vicki, Grant, think about that. 5 of those cases happening all in the month of June alone. Talicia Senegal's home has been in her family since the 70s. She says she is a supporter of Black Lives, but didn't have anything visible at her home that would make her an obvious target for a hate crime investigation. Tonight, she's not alone. Talicia Senegal wants to know exactly who would want to tag her home with messages that Oakland police are now investigating as a hate crime.
All lives do matter, but, you know, when you deface someone's home, the message that you're trying to say loses all value.
Senegal says that she was out of town early Sunday morning when she received a call from her neighbor telling her that her home was covered in...
She was out of town. How convenient. How convenient. She just happened to be out of town. I was out of town. My home got tagged.
Graffiti.
Loses all value.
Senegal says that she was out of town early Sunday morning when she received a call from her neighbor telling her that her home was covered in graffiti, tagged with the phrases that all lives matter, slurs against the police, and even a phrase with an expletive of love.
And I'm like, that to me hit my heart because that's what I'm about. I'm about love. I'm about all types of love because that's what's going to make us a better species.
Neighbors, family, and friends have now rallied around her. Most of those words are now covered.
I mean, I'm smiling because I want to cry, but I'm just so tired.
Let's surround her and cover her in love because someone wrote all lives matter. What alternative universe do we live in now where all lives matter is the new N-word? All lives matter is the new N-word. I feel like we're in a simulation, man. This is some Rick and Morty shit, man. Who watches Rick and Morty, man? This is like Rick and Morty, an alternative universe. where all lives matter is a hate crime.
But she quickly learned that she's not the only victim of a reported hate crime. In fact, she's among 3 now being investigated by OPD from the weekend. Saturday morning, as Pride celebrations began, someone smashed the windows of the Oakland LGBTQ Center. Sunday, a mannequin and sign were also tagged with hate-filled messages. The incidents are among a recent string of race-related crimes being investigated in Oakland. Earlier this month, a noose was found hanging from a tree in Lake Merritt. Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf talked about the recent crimes after the vandalism at the LGBT.
They're not even going to tell you that those ropes found hanging were fucking exercise. Did you peep the way they didn't tell you that there was exercise equipment that a black guy put up there? And the black guy said thousands of people saw it. No one thought that it was a fucking noose.
LGBTQ Center. Sunday, a mannequin and sign were also tagged with hate-filled messages. The incidents are among a recent string of race-related crimes being investigated in Oakland. Earlier this month,
28% black.
Hanging from a tree in Lake Merritt. Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf.
Oakland is 28% black. It used to be like 80% black. Now it's 28% black.
Talked about the recent crimes after the vandalism at the LGBTQ Community Center on Saturday.
That people think that hate is not still a reality, that we have so much more to fight for dignity, for justice, for people's freedom from fear and intimidation and violence.
As for those responsible for the damage at her home, Senegal says this.
I'd want to sit down and have the conversation. Why'd you do this? What was the...
She wants to sit down and have a conversation. Notice they never want any violence. Just like the girl who claimed she was set on fire. She just hopes that they get themselves together. That's one thing you got to notice about these damn hate crimes. They never want violence. These are black people who have been set on fire, whose homes have been ruined. Black people. And they just want to sit down and talk. When any other interaction we see with black people, if you bump them in public, if you bump into them, you step on their shoe, you say all lives matter, they want to fight. You try to arrest them, they want to fight. But you set them on fire and, or destroy their home, and then they want to sit down and talk. It's fucking hoax.
So that I can understand.
Senegal says after that incident yesterday, she now plans to proudly display Black Lives Matter signs at her home. Oakland police say they are looking into these latest incidents. Anyone with information now urged to give them a call. Live tonight in the studio, Jonathan McCall, Cron 4 News.
It's all bullshit, man. It's all horse shit. This whole fucking thing is horse shit. All of it is horse shit. The Nightly News of the Hawk Nation, news you can choose. The only interactive news program on YouTube. You can support the channel via PayPal or via the Cash App. Let's see. Hold on. What's my Twitter? My Twitter handle is, I think it's Alpha Coyote. At Alpha Coyote. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Alpha Coyote. I'ma change my shit to Hawk Nation soon. Or should I change it to Living Room Gangster? I might just change it to Living Room Gangster. I don't know. Okay, just follow me. Okay, this guy Omar. Let's see what the Twitter crew is bitching about. Dan Rather. What the fuck did Dan Rather do? Oh my God, Dan Rather. Dan Rather's woke. He's quoting Beyonce. See what? Oh God, they want FedEx wants the Redskins to change his name. Oh God, Jesus Christ. This is really erasure of the Indians. They're erasing the Indians, man. FedEx wants the Redskins to change their name. The Redskins ain't gonna change their name.
For myself or anyone in my family. It actually makes me feel proud. It uplifts my spirit. It reminds me of my cultural background and my heritage, where I come from. It's never been an issue for myself or anyone in my family. Why? Why do they want to change the name? It's not a big deal. But Redskins, it's a powerful name. It's a warrior name.
To break it down into something it's not, the intent has never been to degrade people.
Because it represents a strong, majestic warrior, feel proud about, that they are associated with a team that's a professional team at the highest level of football.
In the emblem, it shows a strong warrior, and our ancestors have always taught us to be strong and be proud of who you are.
I feel proud to be a Redskin. The Redskins name, it's always been a term that we felt, or it was a unifying term.
And we do call ourselves Skins too, which is derived from Redskins.
I feel like it's too insignificant when there's bigger topics to talk about in Indian country.
Our issues that we're more concerned about, healthcare, crime on the reservation,
alcohol, drugs, just lack of employment.
We have like 4 or 5 families living in one house.
They've never asked Native Americans. I mean, it's somebody else who knows nothing about us trying to speak for us, and it's kind of an insult.
To me and my kids, we don't think of it derogatory or anything.
It don't bother me in any way.
It's not an issue with us.
If we can help in any other way, it would be greatly appreciated, but the mascot issue isn't an issue for us, not for Native Americans.
Can we get some help? Can you help us out with the crime on the reservation? Nah, but we'll change the Redskins logo. Can we get some money, some funding for the reservation? Nope, but we'll change the Redskin logo. Look at this guy. This guy's annoying. I hate this guy. Howard Bryant. He goes on all these shows and talks in this way. This country is so racist. Well, if this country is so racist, well, this guy is a fucking. Look at this guy. Just look who's saying this country's so racist. This guy is an ESPN. He works for ESPN. He works for NPR. He's written a bunch of books. If this was fucking Africa, he'd be running around with a fucking bone through his nose. And he's talking about how fucking racist this country is. This country is so racist. What are you saying, dude? You work for ESPN. Are you trying to tell us something, dude? Because you work for fucking ESPN and NPR, National Public Radio. So are you trying to tell us something? Or is it just everybody's racist except for the people you work for? This country is so racist it took filming George Floyd being murdered before FedEx and Nike realized it's not a good idea to be associated with the term Redskin. What the fuck? Well, our lease with FedEx Field ends in what? I think our lease with FedEx Field ends soon. So the hell with FedEx. Our lease with FedEx ends soon. People in DC ain't gonna like this shit. People in DC are not going to like this shit. This ain't gonna go over well in DC. I'm from DC. This is not going to go over well. People here are not gonna. If the woke crowd think that Washingtonians and people from Northern Virginia and PG County are gonna jump on this shit, they're wrong. The woke crowd is in for a big surprise. The woke crowd is in for a big surprise. This guy says Nike has pulled down all the Redskin gear off their website. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said just say the Redskin is an Aboriginal black man. Yeah. Redskin logo is a peaceful protester. Oh shit. Oh my God, man. Nike pulls Washington Redskin apparel from his website. Oh my God, this is horse shit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Tomorrow, Trump will be defending the Redskins and still saying nothing about Breonna Taylor. The reason he's saying nothing about Breonna Taylor is because the police were surveilling Breonna Taylor's house for months. She was receiving packages in the mail and then taking those packages to a known trap house. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe she was receiving fucking children's books for the fucking drug dealers' children. Who knows? They surveilled her house for months Anyone who's in the drug game knows they can't just kick in your door. That's why it's so easy to sell drugs out of a trap house. Because all you got to do is keep moving. You got at least 3 to 6 months. Because it's not from, you got 3 to 6 months because the clock doesn't start until they start surveilling. So if let's just say you open up a trap house. If they start surveilling the first day you open it up, if it don't take them no time to catch wind of it, if they instantly, the first day you open up, they start surveilling you, which never happens. They usually have to receive a lot of calls from the neighborhood and see a lot of traffic and get a lot of tips from confidential informants before they can get a warrant to start surveilling. Then they start surveilling. Then they have to do 3 months, 90 days of surveillance before they can get a warrant to come kick your door down. This whole bullshit about Breonna Taylor. They've been surveilling her house for months. That's why the president isn't going to say shit about it. They knocked down 4 doors at one time. They knocked down the drug dealer's door. They knocked down a couple of his trap houses, and they knocked down Breonna's door because she had been receiving packages from the mail for this guy, taking them to his house, his spot. They knocked. Neighbors said they knocked. The boyfriend said they knocked. The boyfriend shot one of the cops. The cops returned fire, and Breonna was hit. It's fucked up. It's sad, but the president don't need to speak on it, because if he says that, you motherfuckers gonna be mad. Hell to the Redskins. That's that type of insight you can only get here. If the Redskins do change their name, a lot of fans will be upset. But will the majority be angry? I really don't think so. What if the new name logo is cool and well received? They haven't won in 30 years. It's not like the timing of a rebrand is bad for the football from a football standpoint. Shut the fuck up. The Washington Rise. Yeah, they already changed the bullets. I remember they changed the bullets because there was so much crime. DC was the murder capital back in the 90s. 400 fucking murders a year. 500 murders a year in this little fucking small ass city. So they changed the name from the Bullets to the Wizards. How many of y'all think that stopped crime? Who here thinks that stopped crime? When they changed the name from the Bullets to the Wizards. I need to know who the fuck I'm dealing with. Nope, didn't stop crime. Didn't stop black on black murder. Niggas kept killing each other. Should we go to DC today to see if the remnants of them changing the name from the Bullets to the Wizards has had a fucking effect on the crime in DC? Bullshit. I don't care, I'm black. You can't call me racist. Black people can't be racist. I'm taking advantage of my black card right now. Black people can't be racist. Hit that PayPal, hit that Cash App, man. We just like every other fucking channel on YouTube. Child loses finger in DC fireworks accident. Mother may face charges. Look at what look what these fireworks did to that fucking bathroom. Look at that shit. Yeah. DC had 500 murders in a city with 500,000 people. And all of them were black in 1991. All of them. I knew a couple of them that got killed. Were black. I was in the fucking 7th grade and I knew a couple niggas got killed. A 9-year-old boy lost a finger and is hospitalized after an accident with illegal fireworks in D.C. and his mother may face criminal charges. The boy was hurt Wednesday afternoon in his apartment on 3rd Street Southeast. Chief of Police Peter Newsham said Thursday the child was with a 5-year-old sibling. The boy has injuries he will have to live the rest of his life with. Photos from the police department show the damage the fireworks caused. A bathroom sink was shattered, and a cabinet below it blasted off the wall and fell to pieces. Just look at this shit. Playing with fireworks. Look at this. Yeah, DC was the murder capital back in the day, man. The murder, as they called it, the murder capital. Yeah, fucking Rayful Edmonds, Alpo, all them type of characters around. And many, many more. Wayne Perry, many, hundreds of more niggas just like him. Streets was fucked up. And the communities was fucked up. DC police officer stabbed with scissors. Citizen jumps in to help. A DC police officer is expected to be okay after he was stabbed in the head, shoulders, and back with a pair of scissors in the downtown area, according to police. A 19-year police veteran was responding to a call of a man assaulting a woman. The 19-year police veteran was responding to a call of a man assaulting a woman and saw Robert Redding, 61, nearby, who matched the suspect description. The officer began following Redding. After the officer followed Redding in his cruiser and on foot for a few blocks from the area of Franklin Square, while repeatedly asking him to stop, Redding turned around on 13th Street and New York Avenue, dang, that's right downtown, northwest, and began stabbing the officer. He suffered some pretty serious wounds to the head and the back and the shoulders. He was taken to the local hospital for treatment. The officer's injuries could have been worse if John Burroughs did not intervene. Burroughs, who was homeless, told NBC Washington he knew the officer under attack tried to help him. It does make me feel good to see that a guy who our police officer developed a relationship with, was willing to put himself in jeopardy to protect one of our officers. That's something we won't forget. It was very kind, very heroic, Nushu said. Other DC police officers soon arrived to the scene and took Redding into custody. The officer was rushed to the hospital with injuries that are non-life threatening. Redding is charged with assault with intent to kill and felony assault on a police officer. It's unclear what the motive for the stabbing was. There's now a GoFundMe campaign to help Burroughs, who risked his life to save the officer. This is the guy who saved him. Damn, this guy got nice. He got 9,000. White homeless guy. White homeless guy. I was thinking it might have been a nigga. There's a white homeless guy. I was thinking it might have been a Negro. Should have known better. Nigga, minding my business. Say nah. Some niggas would have helped him. Some niggas would have helped him. I'm minding my business. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's see what's going on. Oh, thank God the cop didn't shoot the guy. Thank God the cop didn't shoot the guy. Because we can't stand the trauma of seeing another one of our brothers killed. It's too traumatic.
Summer events include a bright summary sales pitch. So here's ours. Any questions? The Acura Summer Performance event. Our dealers are ready. And with online options available, you can shop our best offers any way you choose. Don't miss it. Visit your Acura dealer for 0 payments for 90 days on the purchase of select new Acura MDX models from well-qualified buyers.
We are learning more about a 16-year-old suspect arrested in connection with 4 murders in the district. He has a rap sheet that few in law enforcement have ever seen. News 4's Pat Collins explains what led up to these crimes and what's behind the violence the teen is accused of committing.
He's just 16 years old, and he's charged with 4 murders and a number of attempted murders. Just 16 years old. Police don't see many cases like this. We begin now with Commander Leslie Parsons.
The only one that I remember being that young with that many cases.
According to court documents, murder suspect Michael Mason just turned 16 last March.
You have crimes at various locations throughout our city. Just no regard for human life whatsoever. Random shootings during the day, at night, children around. It's just extremely disturbing.
According to court documents, murder suspect Mason lives in the 300 block of I Street Southeast, a neighborhood of fashionable townhouses close to the Navy Yard. But the violence he's associated with appears to be centered around gang activity in the Benning Terrace neighborhood in far southeast. The cases he's charged with have a number of scenarios. In April, police say he tried to shoot a man on Alabama Avenue. The man ducked behind a woman, and the woman took the bullet. 21-year-old Bria Moon died later at the hospital. Sources tell News 4 that in 2018, police picked up suspect Mason on a number of gun charges. They say he was held in youth custody until last March. Then he was released because of concerns about the spread of the COVID virus. After his release, in April, they say the shooting spree started. I'm Pat Collins, News 4 Washington.
DC police tell Pat there's more to be known about the suspect and the shootings he's allegedly involved in. They're asking anyone with information to come forward.
How's that releasing prisoners from jail because of COVID? How's that working out? Has that caused any trouble? Have you guys seen that cause any trouble? People being released from jail because of COVID? Yeah, that kid was off the charts. I already did a video on that kid. There's so many like him, though. There's a lot of kids in DC like him, man. That motherfucker killed 4 people and shot like 6 others, wounded 6 others, all during the lockdown, like from April to like June. Like 2 months, he was just shooting everybody. Go watch the video. It's on if you want to see the video I did on it, it's on Ock Nation News. Go watch the video. It's on Ock Nation News. It's called Teen DC Cops Nab Teen Serial Killer. That motherfucker was all over shooting everything up. He was like Michael from The Wire. Oh yeah, if the cops would have shot him, they definitely would have rioted. DC, there's a special breed of fucking retardation here, man. If you think niggas is retarded in them other cities, niggas in DC are fucking special ed, man. It's Chocolate City, man. They waiting for a nigga to get shot by a cop so they can protest. They waiting for that. They literally want that. They would love for a nigga to, just so they can have a chance to fucking protest. They protesting for fucking George Floyd and shit. I've been to protest for fucking Michael Brown and shit. They waiting for a case of nigga getting shot by a cop in DC. This Chocolate City, man. The Negro level here, the nigga level here is like, it's like nigga squared. Niggas here are like niggas. It's like 3 G's. You gotta spell that shit with 3 G's. Niggas. Niggas here are niggas. You hear me? Give me another city, man. Hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, support the channel. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. We did Richmond last night, man. We did Richmond yesterday, man. Oh, the mods ain't posting the Cash App? Mods, post the Cash App. That's what it is. Mods gotta post the Cash App, man. People that's coming in may not be familiar. They may want to contribute, but they don't know how to. Another 3-year-old. Another 3-year-old shot in Chicago. Another 3-year-old. In Chicago. Let's see. Let me see this Chicago, man. Fort Hood body chopped up on the military. Ain't that military? Oh well. You talking about that girl, Vanessa Guillen? Vanessa Guillen? I'm waiting for more to come out about that. I ain't touching that Vanessa Guillen story just yet. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll get on that Vanessa Guillen story tomorrow, man. I'm gonna try to wait a little bit, man. Something ain't right about that.
Whole grain oats, cinnamon, and Cheerios, all rolled into one. Start your day with the deliciously satisfying crunch of Cheerios Oat Crunch. Available in cinnamon and
every day, thousands of phone calls come into the city of Chicago's 911 Emergency Communications Center.
One call shot fired, type name, place, and Pulaski.
Somebody calls 911, we answer the call, we process the call, we dispatch the call. That's a very simple answer. But we are doing so much more.
The COVID-19 pandemic, civil unrest, and now the spike in violence, all leading to extremely high call volumes.
Been here almost 22 years and I have never seen the amount of calls.
According to the city of Chicago, emergency dispatchers received more than 65,000 calls during a 24-hour period at the height of the unrest.
The things I heard during that time, they'll stay with me forever.
That chaos hitting home for dispatcher Amy Lavelle. She was born and raised in the Windy City.
We work on a team, police, fire, 911, and to see so much hatred spewed towards us during that time frame when our city was getting torn apart, and yet we still did everything we could to protect our city.
Just over the past 2 weeks, 7 children have been shot and killed in Chicago.
Three-roll shot in the upper left chest.
The team trained to work in high-stress situations, dealing with the heartbreak as people call for help during the worst moments of their life.
We're all affected by our children being killed. I mean, I had a sister that was murdered back here 4 months ago, and it's still an open case, so I had direct dealing with violence.
As Monica grieves the loss of her own sister, the dispatcher says that every time she picks up that phone, she acts as if it's her own family on the other line.
We empathize. We take that information. We're getting the police there.
The team stressing the importance of taking care of their mental health as they look toward the July 4th weekend.
It's not for the faint of heart, this job.
Now, due to the high number of calls, dispatchers asking that Chicagoans sign up for Smart 911, a free program used here in the city that can help with response times, because every second counts. Reporting at OEMC headquarters, I'm Alexis McAdams, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
It's gotta suck, man. Yeah, the 4th gonna be off the... You already know that. You already know that. You already know that. These niggas gonna be killing. Oh, so they have a safety plan. They have a safety plan. Chicago officials announced 4th of July weekend safety plan. Stay in the fucking house. That's the only state. Well, that ain't gonna work because they shoot you through the house. Stay in the basement. And lie out on the floor in your basement. And you'll be alright.
Announcing a new violence prevention dashboard to help identify hotspots and to coordinate efforts between police and violence. The mayor announcing a new violence prevention dashboard to help identify hotspots and to coordinate efforts between police and violence prevention groups to try and make the holiday weekend safe. The mayor announcing a new violence prevention dashboard to help identify.
The fuck is wrong with this shit? The fuck?
Announcing a new violence prevention dashboard to help identify hotspots and to coordinate efforts between police and violence prevention groups to try and make the holiday weekend safe. Chicago police will be doing their part this weekend, but the mayor said it must be an all-hands-on-deck effort across Chicago if the city is going to avoid a repeat of the past 2 deadly weekends.
I think every single day we learn from what happened the day before and that day, and we use that information and that knowledge, that data, to make adjustments.
With more officers on the street, they will be focusing on getting illegal guns off the street.
We'll also have officers on foot patrols across all neighborhoods, including the walking beat, to get to know their neighborhoods and residents and to protecting them so they can celebrate safely.
Police will be partnering with community groups to help deter violence.
We'll be working around the clock, and in most cases across the city, you'll see outreach workers, case managers, and victim advocates working from a 2 p.m. to a 2 a.m. shift, and even longer than that, because we know that maybe half of the conflicts that are arising are happening after midnight.
Officers will be monitoring social media for large gatherings, and not just to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
We know that in certain areas that are plagued by gun violence, large gatherings are a recipe for disaster.
The mayor with a message to bent on violence.
Before you pick up a firearm and pull the trigger, aiming for somebody else, think about the number of
That shit ain't gonna work. That little speech ain't gonna work. That speech ain't gonna fucking work towards a fucking Chirac Savage. Before you pick up a gun, make sure you think about what you're doing. Talking to fucking demons and shit. Niggas call themselves demons.
Watch your team in the morning. Tanya Babbage, Terrell Brown, meteorologist Tracy Butler, and Roz Farron. ABC 7 Eyewitness News in the morning.
A former CTA employee has now been charged with battery for that after being seen body slamming a passenger. Chicago police say that Mylan Williams approached the victim from behind and then threw him down to the ground. Williams and another CTA employee have both been fired from their jobs.
Who has a problem with that? Who has a problem with that? That little Negro was getting up in one of the bus employees' faces, talking shit and threatening them. And another bus employee came from behind and picked his little light ass up and slammed him on his neck. Who has a problem with that? Yep, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. Stop threatening bus drivers and shit, and trying to fight them and telling them you're gonna get them and shit, and what you gonna do to them later and shit. Stop doing all that. And you won't have to worry. I know when that dude came up behind him and picked him up and slammed on him, I know he was like, he probably never thought that was gonna happen. He never in a million years thought that was going to happen. Oh well. Give me another city. The Nightly News with Rock Nation News. You can choose the only interactive news program on YouTube. You can support the channel via PayPal or via the Cash App. Hold on, let me see this shit right quick. Let me see this right quick, this story. Vince McMahon. Yeah, Vince McMahon need to recruit that bus driver. But them little niggas be light. That's why them little niggas, them little dudes, they be young and light. Like they be like 17 weighing $112 with like 4 murders under their belt and shit. And a big ass grown ass man just came up behind him, picked him up and slammed him on his neck. And I don't have a problem with it at all. Harvard grad blames Trump supporters for being fired from her dream job at Deloitte after posting TikTok video saying she'd stab anyone who said all lives matter. We did this yesterday. I'm glad she got fired. Good. I'm glad she got fired. She was telling people she was going to stab them if they say all lives matter. I'm glad. I'm happy you got fired. Hope you lose everything. Hope you end up homeless. Hope you take a downward spiral in life and end up homeless and destitute and hooked on heroin.
Right now, getting the care you need is more important than ever. That's why we're bringing care directly to people. No matter where they live. Creating virtual ICU teams that reduce unnecessary hospital transfers, reduce the burden on families, and save lives. Blue Cross and Blue Shield companies, caring for patients wherever they are for the health of America.
Trump supporters just took my job away from me. I've gotten death threats, rape threats, violent threats. It was okay, but now it doesn't like my future. My future's entirely compromised because Trump supporters have decided to come for my life. God, this sucks. You guys suck. I'm too strong for you. I'm too strong for any of you. All lives matter. Raises Trump supporters. It sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as systemic racism. And I'm not gonna stop using my platform to advocate for it. And I'm sorry, Deloitte, that you can't see that. That you are cowardice enough to fight somebody who's going to make an indelible change in the world and is going to have an impact.
Right now.
These people are literally hateable. Like it's easy to hate these people. It's easy to hate these people. You don't have to be a bad person. You don't have to be dark-hearted. It's easy to hate these people. Mother Teresa would hate these motherfuckers. I already know they're gonna play the fucking Negro National Anthem. They're gonna have Black Lives Matter written on the field. I already know that shit. Like, duh. Give me another city, man. Nightly news with Arc Nation news you can choose. Give me another city, man. Yeah, she's an Ivy League student. The Ivy League is really falling. Like, don't mean shit. When I hear somebody's the Ivy League professor or they're in the Ivy League, that shit don't mean nothing. Shit means nothing to me now. Like, it literally means nothing. You could tell me you went to the fucking community college or Harvard. It's the same fucking thing. It doesn't mean anything. Strayer College and fucking Harvard, the same fucking thing. It means nothing to me. Your Harvard degree means nothing. Good job, Harvard. It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing now. What the fuck is going on? Omaha teen now charged in Seward County fatality during law enforcement pursuit. A warrant has gone out for an 18-year-old Omaha man's arrest in connection with a 17-year-old girl's death in a rollover crash in a stolen SUV near Seward on June 12th. Seward County Attorney Wendy Elston charged Julio Fernandez Bonilla on Monday with manslaughter and operating a vehicle to avoid arrest. Jasmine Cacique Negrete of Omaha died at the scene. In an affidavit in support of Fernandez Bonilla arrest, Nebraska State Patrol investigator Christopher Lutez said the Seward County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center got a call shortly before 10 a.m. June 12th about an SUV on the Interstate 80 between Midford and Crete exits driving slowly and swerving. They could have driven these kids home, man. They could have called these kids an Uber. At Seward exit, a deputy spotted the white Hyundai Santa Fe and after seeing it fail to comply its lane, tried to stop it. But the SUV sped up to 85 miles per hour, 10 over the speed limit. During the pursuit, the deputy learned the SUV had been reported stolen June 1st. The SUV took the corner exit with the deputy still following. Lute said the driver lost control, causing the SUV to leave the gravel road and enter the west ditch, throwing the driver and passenger. A grand jury will be called to review Cassie Negrete's death, since it involved the pursuit of a law enforcement officer. Them law enforcement officers gonna probably get in trouble for this. How many of y'all think the law enforcement, the cops gonna get in trouble for chasing these kids? These kids better be careful, man. I mean, these cops better be careful. Then this is not over. This is not over for them. This is not over for those cops. Those cops probably sitting home thinking that shit's over with. That shit is not over. Fucking Latinos and fucking... They're lucky it wasn't no black kids. But it definitely wouldn't be over. You didn't have to chase them. If there was white kids, you wouldn't have chased them. It's just a car. They died over a car.
These things are happening, and we need to see them so we can understand.
Oh my God. Fake hate crimes and shit.
Can understand that
more fake.
To see them so we can understand that they are real things that are happening.
It is now called a hate crime, and the city of Omaha says it's now investigating what happened at Zerinsky Park late last night. Someone spray painted the N-word and...
Someone spray painted the N-word.
These things are happening, and we need to see them so we can understand that they are real things that are happening.
It is now called a hate crime, and the city of Omaha says it's now investigating what happened at Zerinsky Park late last night. Someone spray painted the N-word and swastikas all over the grass there. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Monty Torres. Christy Lee is off tonight. The images are gone now, but now it's on the internet. Fox 42's Sherelle Moore is at Zerinsky Park right now. And Sherelle, people who use that park must now wonder who did this and if it could possibly happen again.
Smash.
Yeah, Monty, so the Anti-Defamation League says that they are condemning this act, but they also warn against sharing those images because they say that it could be hurtful. One woman who I spoke to today says that she only shared those images to let people know that this type of thing happens all the time. Megan Bennett says she was disgusted when she saw images of the N-word, a picture of a man hanging, and multiple swastikas painted on the grass at Zerinsky Park. She saw the pictures and shared them on social media, condemning the acts. For safety reasons, Bennett asked for her face to not be shown.
It's a heartbreaking thing to see because you think about how other people in the community that have to live their lives, being triggered by these kinds of things that they see and witness and are on the receptive end of.
Many felt sharing the images of the hate crime was unnecessary.
Look at how beautiful this park looks. Look at how pristine the lawn is, the manicured lawns, the pristine water, the roadways, no litter. You can't see a piece of litter or trash anywhere here. How many of y'all think that this is a park frequented by black people in Omaha? How many of y'all think the Omaha's black population comes to this park? Here, one of you think that Omaha's black population hangs out at this fucking park.
Picture of a man hanging and multiple swastikas painted on the grass at Zerinsky Park. She saw the pictures and shared them on social media, condemning the acts. For safety reasons, Bennett asked for her face to not be shown.
It's a heartbreaking thing to see because you think about how other people in the community that have to live their lives, being triggered by these kinds of things that they see and witness and are on the receptive end of.
Many felt sharing the images of the hate crime was unnecessary, even though she was standing against what was done.
Certainly an act of hate and provocation, but, I don't think anybody feels that this is something that they associate with, or hopefully not associate with, in a favorable light.
Gary Nachman with the Anti-Defamation League says the first thing a person should do if they come across a hate crime is report it to the police. While sharing the image to condemn it might feel like the right thing to do, he says it does more harm than good.
That's giving a platform to people who don't deserve a platform. And third is within your own family to educate and to make sure that people understand that we condemn these kinds of acts of hate in the strongest form.
Bennett says she thought a long time about how sharing the images could hurt someone. But she says she also thinks it's important that people see exactly what's happening with their own eyes.
I want to be considerate of other people that are on the receiving end.
A nigga ain't been out here in fucking 30 years. Nigga probably ain't been to this park in 30 years. It probably ain't nothing but white people out at this park. Why would somebody spray this shit? Why would somebody spray paint a bunch of nigger shit all over this fucking park when there ain't no black person ever gonna see it?
Of these kinds of acts of violence and aggression. But I think
do you think these white people would just be walking?
Other people.
Who thinks these white people just would be walking up these lonely ass narrow trails if it was a bunch of niggas hanging out at this park?
That are on the receiving end of these kinds of acts of violence and aggression. But I think transparency is the only way to create change.
And the city of Omaha did send out a message condemning that act again this afternoon. The police are also looking into this event as a hate crime. Reporting in Omaha, Sherelle Moore, Fox 42 News.
All right, Sherelle. The Jewish Center is also working with police to bring that person to justice.
And I just wanted to be here today to let people know this is still going on, that there isn't justice for James and the family. And I can't...
My personal feelings, all I'm saying, do you tell him? Mr. Cusey? Fine, I respect Don Fine.
And I did that outside of my business, I would be in jail until they figured out maybe I was innocent, or maybe it was enough evidence not to charge me or to charge me. But since he's Caucasian, he's not in jail. He doesn't even have any misdemeanor charges.
If it was the other way around, the charges would have been filed. We wouldn't even be standing here. That's all I'm coming to say. We're done playing the pretend game like it's not racist.
Whoa, calm the fuck down, man. Chill your monkey ass the fuck out. Niggas is ruining this city, I can see. I can see niggas, this city gonna be a dump in a few years. And then whining that white people, niggas, no snitching and shit. Nigga walk right over a dead body. You get shot around one of these niggas, they'll walk right over your dead body and fucking keep on walking. But a white man fucking double park and don't get a ticket, they fucking wanna fucking raise hell why he ain't get a ticket. Why didn't y'all give him a ticket? Give that white man a ticket. He's double parked. If I was black and I was double parked, y'all would choke me. Y'all would kill me for double parking.
Now take a look at this new billboard
billboard at 72nd and Dodge. It reads, "Justice for James," calling for awareness and answers in the James Scurlock case.
KETV News Watch 7's Waverly Monroe met with his family as they saw that billboard for the first time.
As James Scurlock's family walks down Dodge, they turn to see for the first time a billboard reading in big bold letters, "Justice for James." People aren't forgetting about it and that they're going to stand up for what's right. Family members say it's bittersweet to see James's face overlooking 72nd and Dodge, the site where Omaha's protests first began weeks ago, part of a nationwide call for justice in the death of black men.
It makes you acknowledge it every time you see it, just like I have to acknowledge it every time I wake up.
The young father was shot and killed as those demonstrations moved into the old market. No charges issued yet in Scurlock's death. District Attorney Don Klein ruling the case self-defense.
It is empowering because it's letting, everyone know that we are seeking justice. We're not giving up.
Self-defense. That means a white man killed him. He was looting some shit, and the white store owner killed him. Because these niggas, if a nigga had killed him, you wouldn't hear shit about it. These niggas would not be out here if he got killed by a nigga. So obviously they're saying self-defense. So obviously the guy, he was looting, the shop owner killed him while he was destroying his business.
Acknowledge it every time I wake up.
The young father was shot and killed as those demonstrations moved into the old market. No charges issued yet in Scurlock's death. District Attorney Don Klein ruling the case self-defense.
It is empowering because it's letting, everyone know that we are seeking justice. We're not giving up until we do get justice.
Community organizer Jaqueen Fox says it was through the help of organizations and an anonymous donor to get the board up.
And wanted to find a way that could be really impactful as far as the community education piece of this case.
The family says now James cannot be forgotten.
He always said he wanted to be a star, but at this cost, it sucks. It really sucks.
But Fox believes acts like the billboard can change Scurlock's narrative.
We need to start recognizing that black people, black young men and women are the heartbeat of Omaha.
The family saying these are meaningful steps.
Oh shit. That's not a good thing for Omaha.
Acts like the billboard can change Scurlock's narrative.
We need to start recognizing that black people, black young men and women are the heartbeat of Omaha.
The family saying these are meaningful steps in the right direction, but hoping at the end of the road there will be justice for James.
I just want justice for our brother. That's really it. Can we get some type of peace?
Reporting in Omaha, Waverly Monroe, KETV Newswatch 7.
Oh my God. These niggas is too much, man. These niggas is too much. Oh my God. Well. Great show, guys, tonight. I'm gonna see you guys later, man. Hit the like button on the way out. Support the channel. Peace. It's been real.